fluttering in mourning paints and ornamental woe as they gawped from a safe distance. Fi grimaced behind her mask as she caught whispers all too familiar. Such disgrace! His father? And the pestilent bone thieves. An old, tired kind of trouble. The scandal-thirsty peacocks were transfixed by the spectacle of 13 crows below, awaiting a show. Hawk trouble was a wholly different beast. King Suramir fancied the war witches as his palace guards, warriors who healed wounds just as easily as they tore their foes apart from within. Double as dangerous, and since the hawks knew it, thrice as easy to vex. These war witches' hands had anchored on their sword hilts the moment the crows dragged their cart through the gate. They hadn't budged since. Fi found no grief in their stony stares. The hawks weren't waiting on a show. They were waiting for the crows to foul up. She caught herself rolling another thread betwixt two thin brown fingers. The queasy pinch slunk back. She nailed her gaze to the door. It stayed damnably shut. There was a slip of a movement to her left. Hangdog, Pa's other trainee, had shifted by the cart. Torch flame charred his silhouette, edging it in vivid orange where the light caught tattered robes and the long curve of his beaked mask. From the tilt of his head, he was eyeing the patchouli burners squatting about the hut. Fi wrinkled her nose. She'd stuffed a fistful of wild mint into her own mask's beak to ward off plague stink. She couldn't fault this fine palace for trying to daub it over as well. She could, however, fault them for their terrible taste in patchouli. Hangdog's sandal idly inched toward the burner. Anywhere else, and she'd have accidentally punted the patchouli herself. Hangdog was likely itching under so much high caste attention, and the sneering arcades of gentry above were begging for some nasty surprise. But not here. Not now. Fi tugged at the hood of her robes, a sign only the other crows would ken. Don't make trouble. Hangdog's foot slid another toe length toward the burner. Fi could all but smell his grin behind the mask. They'd both been born witches, and for crows, that meant they were born to be chiefs, too. Fi's gut gave a hard little twist every time she thought on it. But she doubted Hangdog thought on being a chief at all. Pa called him too second clever, too bent on making fools of others to catch his own purse getting cut. Fi looked at the soldiers, then at Hangdog, and resolved to scalp him if the hawks didn't do it for her first. There was a squawk from the hut's rare-used hinges as Pa finally stepped outside. Fi let the loose thread go, head and heart steadying. Damp red streaked down the front of Pa's robes. He dealt a mercy killing then. Wretched slow mercy, Fi reckoned. Her relief lasted half a heartbeat before metal rasped, dreadful, from the wall behind them. Any crow knew the song of quality steel being drawn, but Pa only turned toward the sound, torchlight flashing off his mask's glass-black eyes. And then he waited. A hush iced over the courtyard as even the peacocks froze. In the city streets, in sorghum fields, anywhere from Sabor's western merchant bays to its cruel mountains of the east, a higher caste could cut down crows for any invented slight. Brothers, aunts, lovers, friends. Every crow walked with the scars of loss. Fi's own ma had vanished down a dark road years ago. But for now, the hawks kept to their walls. The sinner's plague spread swift once its victim died. One body could rot a town to stone before year's end. Here in the quarantine court, with 2 dead boys guaranteed to bring the palace down in less than half a moon. Here was where the crows could not be touched. There was another rattle, as the blade returned to its scabbard. Fi didn't dare look back. Instead